Well, as you guys can see, I've jumped quite a ways. Didn't bother making a video on the transmission, didn't bother doing one on the head. I just wanted to get this thing done. I don't have a lot of time. I've got a lot of work to do, like way too much, so I don't really get to work on my own stuff. I work like pretty much 7 days a week, and so I just fill in a couple hours here and there to do what I can on my own stuff. But if I get time, I'll do what I can. And so, as you can see, I am pretty far along. Got some cool decals there on the oil tank. Everything's in. Mag is hot. Valves are set. I still need to put the back rocker box or valve cover on. I've got the Atlas legs in it. I got some big old wide tracker bars. I got a good throttle setup. I don't want to hear it about the Mikuni. I don't care. Look up the cost of monoblocks. If you want to buy a brand new set of those for me and send them, I would be happy to put them on. Otherwise, we're running this Mikuni. I've got some cool little Champion plug covers. I don't know if that's going to show up or not, but I am, at this point, ready to paint a tank. And I think I showed the white tank in a couple of the other videos I did. I don't remember. You probably saw it at some point. But I blasted it. I did self-etching primer. I did high build. And now I'm kind of like just scratching it up. There's some dents and dings. It's not a perfect tank, but that's not what this is for. This is going to be a gravel road bike. Got a big old dent there. I am doing a Little Daddy Roth Rattle Bomb kit. So this tank's going to end up brown. I'm really excited. It should actually be pretty cool when it's done. Glitter flake with root beer brown candy, and then a heavy clear coat. So I'm about to put a ton of layers of paint on this thing. So I'll kind of show you guys as I go through. This isn't a painting channel. I'm a machinist, not a painter. So we'll see how it turns out. But got to wipe it down. And this is the silver base coat. So start with this. I'll do it tonight. So this is what they call the base coat. There's two different kits you can get from Roth. And one they've got one that is the all-in-one where you have like just a white or black base and then you spray the all-in-one flake and color and then you clear coat it. But I got the classic kit, which is the first layer, second layer, third layer, blah, blah, which is like base coat, flake coat, candy coat, clear coat. And so depending on what kit you get, it will kind of determine what your different layers are.
Well, I guess we'll see how well the audio turns out since I have my mask on, but I wanted to show where we're at with the, I used the entire can of flake. So it actually looks pretty good on camera. Again, silver just really shows everything. Like silver and a couple other colors everybody always complains about. It just shows all the damage. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that the flake is on. It's very small. The flecks themselves. I don't know if I can make it. It's a little bit more visible, but obviously the sun is the best, but today it is like 32 degrees out and threatening to snow. We're not going to get any good sun reflection, but you kind of get the idea. So it's a silver, kind of metallic silver base coat, and then they have you do the silver flakes over top of that, and then now I'm going to do a brown candy over those layers.
So there's moments in this process that I was like really suspicious about the way it was going to turn out. The flake, the silver base was not my favorite look at all, but that didn't matter. Then the flake coat, it just really wasn't impressing me, you know, like the silver was already metallic, and so the flake coat just really wasn't showing. And so I was like kind of getting worried that maybe it wasn't flowing, but I'd spray something else that's a different color and it would kind of show. So it was just really suspicious. I was a little nervous. And then as I started putting the candy on, I was, it still wasn't really convinced. I'm happy with the way the decal came out. I'm happy with the overall look. This is a dirt bike. It's a patina build. I didn't blast anything. I haven't done much to make anything else look good. The toolbox is all chewed up. The chrome doesn't look perfect by, any stretch of the imagination. So this not looking perfect is fine. It's just, the initial setup, you want it to turn out as good as it can. So, and obviously there's dents and stuff in the tank, so those all show still. But once it's cured, I did this last night. I'm going to wait maybe even a couple days to try and cut this. Because it is the 2K clear, it does have a hardener in it. You can actually do a real buff job on these, but I just don't really want to risk hurting. It looks good enough, and so I'm not super worried about it. But that is the Beaver Brown kit from Little Daddy Roth, in case you were wondering what that looks like. Well, there's a ton of mowing going on, so hopefully that doesn't ruin the audio completely, but I've got us in a nice little grassy field here, and there's wind noise too, I'm sure. But I've been waiting for a nice sunny day to do this. Also, you can see my camera mount sticking out there, but I wanted to show off this paint in the sun because I went on and on about how much better it looks, and you can see me there in it, and that clear really just saves everything. If you're ever doing one of these kits and you get a little nervous, just remember the clear coat's going to take care of everything for you. So I'm very, very happy with it now after all this time. My decal had a little bit of bubbling in it and I got really scared, but then it all laid out really nicely, and so all of that worrying for nothing really. But overall, I'm just so happy with this thing. I've only ridden it a few times around town, just kind of getting it broke in, but overall it's so cherry. Pipes still haven't blued yet. I've been tuning the Mikuni. It's getting really, really happy. Just got a few little stumbles here and there, but I've got quite a bit of tunability left in it. Bars are perfect. I love how they're handling. Little solo seat's nice and comfortable. Nothing to complain about there at all. The rear shocks they're just old used ones. I think I talked about that. They're blown, but again, it rides nice. These are the Atlas stanchions. When I got this front end, somebody had put outside springs when these are actually supposed to have inside springs, and I just threw it back together like that. It has fluid in it right now, but they definitely could help having the proper spring setup. So I'll pull these back off later, and I have the internal springs now. The front wheel, somebody had repaired it right here and welded all back up. I think another spot too. There's like, yeah, over here too. Both sides have been welded. So the hub is not true. The rim is bent. So I'm going to get a new hub and see how bad this rim is, and if it can't be saved, I'll lay something else into it. Maybe we'll do a cront or something fun, high shoulder or whatever. But I love the Shinkos. They feel great. Bike sounds gnarly. These skinny little pipes just cackle, and they sound tough, and so super happy with that. Overall, it's a good looking bike. I'm really, really, really excited to do some riding on it. Again, I'm still breaking it in, so I'll definitely have to do some more riding footage later on, but I'm just trying to get a little bit here around town and not push it too hard. But yeah, it's such a fun bike. These hybrids are just so cool. I also ran my kill switch up here. It's the kill wire from the mag coming up, and then I've got a 10,000 shim here. I remember seeing this on a flat track bike, because they were saying how they always have shim material or shim stock with them, and so a wire and some shim taped to the handlebars, and it works good. It's pretty fun. I don't know what these are, like RIL grips, kind of the jackhammer look. I don't know what throttle that is, but an aluminum throttle. I've got all the coolest stickers here. That one's mine. A buddy of mine made it. It's like a Flanders version. KOS out of Japan, Champion Plug, Red Cloud, old K&N, super old Barnett, Dan's sticker, Henry's Honing out of Australia, and then obviously the Sudco because I've got the Mikuni. Yeah, what a cool bike. These are so fun. Not having any license plates and lights is perfect for me around here. I can just go cruising some dirt roads and B-level roads and that kind of stuff. As far as the engine goes, last we had left off, I put the cylinders on the bottom end. I went ahead and did the head without you guys. Nothing really special. I've done Norton heads before. I had put these super crazy MC high compression pistons in it, and no matter how much I kicked, I could not get enough momentum behind this to spin it more than like once, and I just don't weigh enough. They're already not the greatest kickstart ratios, and then to add that high compression, even if I got it to spin, when I came back around to the top, it would just stop me dead. And so I played with it for like probably 2 days. We had originally timed it to 32 degrees and then found out that 28 is better when you start to raise the compression, but that still wasn't a good enough correction. And so I went ahead and just pulled the top end off on a Tuesday night, and by Wednesday night I had it all back together with just regular commando pistons in it. Well, I am unsure where I just left off, but it's a great running bike now. I went through everything. Like I said, 28 degrees on the mag, commando pistons, pretty typical head build. You guys remember what we did at the bottom end with the balance. 16 tooth sprocket on the trans, so it runs out each gear really quickly, but it feels great. You can pretty much just let the clutch out. Once it's warmed up, obviously you guys saw me kill it earlier, but once it's warmed up, you just let the clutch out and it just wants to go. So, you know, couldn't be more happy with everything. I just really am enjoying this. I'm gonna do more riding footage at some point, but for right now we'll just kind of keep it to the minimum because I would like to break it in appropriately. So we'll have some fun later, and we're gonna help Justin get his P11 done, so we'll do some videos with that, and then once that thing is built, we're gonna go on some rides. I think the next bike we'll kind of play with on the channel is my A10. We need to get that thing serviced and ready for summer, so you'll see that next. But I'm going to ride this back home, and then you guys will see something cool next, I guess.